Hey guys,
Hey.
John here.
Jack here. Hi guys.
Very good, nice. Right, we've just had a delivery come in of the new Fender Vintera series guitars. So we've got our first delivery here, we've got a load more on the way. We just want to give you a quick kind of first look at what they're all about. Essentially they're replacements for the Classic Player series and the Classic series of guitars. So with this model they do like the vintage style spec ones, and then they also do the modified model ones. And basically the modified model ones kind of have like larger frets, flatter fingerboard radiuses, and then the vintage spec ones are obviously 7.25 and vintage frets, etc, etc. So what we're going to do is bust a few out. I've got my handy spec sheet here with me, so we'll go over a few of those specs, talk about a few of the different models, and kind of just give you a good sort of general
first impressions.
Of what's happening. So
well, the Classic series are always really popular guitars, aren't they? And
well, especially
cover a lot of ground.
I think I would say probably the Baja Telecaster from the Classic Player series was probably the most popular Fender we've probably ever had.
Well, we're starting aptly with so this is the Vintera 50s Tele. This is the modern version,
so the modified version.
Modified, sorry.
Yeah. So this is, with this one, this was a colour that was never available. Certainly not as a standard colour in the Baja Tele. I think they may have done some FSR, Fender Special Run models, but why don't we bust this one out? Okay. Let's have a little look at this. So that was a surf green one. I just checked. So basically all the guitars have Alnico pickups. Let's have a look, see this. So the 50s Mod Tele has custom shop pickups. So I'm guessing that's going to be a twisted Tele and then a no caster style pickup on the bridge or broadcaster, but we'll confirm all that stuff shortly. It's got a thick, soft V-neck profile with a 9.5 radius, 4-way switch and an S1 phase switch. So kind of pretty much the same as what we saw with the Baja Teles.
I forget how well packaged Fender's guitar comes from their factories, so bear with us, folks.
This one. So this Surf Green and the Daphne Blue have an older body, and then the Butterscotch Blonde is ash.
Got some ash ones.
Yeah. I wonder how does it feel for weight so far?
It's pretty light.
Pretty light, yeah. Because some of the
really
Bahas
dragging
in
this
the
out.
past. That's okay.
This is just for effect, of course.
That's it. Built-in percussion.
You're going to be blown away, folks. That's cool.
That's good. I mean, that would be like a sort of spec that we would go with on a custom shop, custom order guitar. You know, a nice 50s style, custom colour with a black pick guard. Yeah, pretty chunky neck.
Yeah, although they never go crazy, do they, with the neck profile?
Is that satin on the back?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so it's got a satin finish on the back there as well, which is great, which, you know, a lot of the players, you know, it doesn't really kind of make much sense to do a full gloss on something that's a bit more kind of modern.
That was something on the Classic series that was always a bit of a bugbear, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I guess they're doing the vintage style ones for the people that still want to, you know, have an authentic kind of thing. That's
I mean,
everyone's favourite buzzword at the moment.
It looks
authentic.
Classic, doesn't it? And it's got the brass saddles, but S1 switch on there too.
Yeah, and it's a 4-way switch, so you can get series and parallel there, and then in that position, that gives you the out of phase.
Yeah, very nice.
Honky sound.
So, bit of a sleeper guitar then.
Yeah, but really nice in the 50s colours.
Good start.
That is a good start.
I'm going to try and use words other than cool.
Yeah.
Wicked.
It's turning into the shop game or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Every time we say cool or awesome.
So get drinking, guys.
Get drinking, buddies.
Okay.
So.
Thanks, Toby.
There you go.
Toby's back as well.
Toby's back. Look, he's got a new haircut.
It's all gone.
Yeah. It's all gone. It was a bit of a shock.
This is where all the fans go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye, Toby. Okay.
So let's go into something a bit more traditional.
Yep, so one from the Strat camp. This is 60s Strat. 3-tone sunburst. So the main differences, as you mentioned, are like the fret sizes.
Yeah.
Different radius.
Yeah.
So these have the classic
7.25. Yeah.
Okay, once again, forgive me while this
that's fine.
guitar comes out.
So these have got 60s voice pickups. It's a fairly medium C neck profile, 7.25 radius, Pal Ferro fingerboard, which we're seeing on a lot of the guitars coming out of Mexico now.
Yeah.
And all the models in the 60s Strat are all alder body.
Okay. It's relatively lightweight. Yeah, it's not crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks
Nice
like,
finish.
Yeah, it looks nicer than the previous classic series guitars. I think it looks really sweet.
I'd say that looks like an American Pro.
Yeah, or like
finish
the almost like an American original colour.
Yeah, brilliant. And that Palfero is great.
Yeah,
that's a nice kind of.
Because you've definitely seen it come through
streaks in
really light, and that looks nice.
Yeah, nice bit of a tint on the headstock as well. So this is a gloss neck. So I wonder if that's just something that they do on the Modified series. Is it the satin?
The satin, yeah.
Okay.
It's nice to see like little things for me, you know, that really make the differences. Like the headstock shapes and the volute on the back of the neck, they're getting bang on to, you know, what the original custom shop type guitars are as well. So
yeah,
that looks really sweet.
That's very nice.
So that one, they're going out at 719, and it's a little bit more money
mate.
for the modified versions, basically.
Okay.
So, but it'll all be listed up on the website shortly.
That's still a comfortable point for most people,
Yeah.
I think.
And it's not a massive jump up from a Player Series guitar. So if you want something a bit more vintage looking, then it's a nice option.
Might be in the case there.
So we've got a 50s Strat here now. So same kind of thing as what we just saw there, but this is going to be an ash body if I'm correct. Let me just double check.
And we mentioned before that there's some colours introduced that kind of should have always been there in the classic series. So now this is was it white blonde?
Yeah, white blonde. So the white blonde is over an ash body. The 50 Strat's also available in seafoam green and sonic blue, and they have an alder body.
Okay.
That's it. Yeah. They've also added in a 70 Strat as well, which they did do on the classic series before.
Yeah.
I think it was only in colours like natural and Olympic white. They've added mocha and age natural and a sienna sunburst with a Palfero fretboard into the lineup as well. So they're proper true kind of.
That's nice to see because I love a 70s Strat. So seeing some proper authentic finishes is cool.
But Mary Kay, obviously not gold hardware, but it's got that nice look. Beveled magnets on them as well. A nice proper traditional 50s look. I mean, it's nothing that we haven't seen before, let's all be honest, but they're doing a good job of, you know, giving the customers kind of what they want.
It's a nice reminder that Fender have been doing this kind of classic thing for years and years, and doing it really well.
What's the weight like on that one as well?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty much
really
the same
light.
as the.
I'd say it's probably under £7. Can't really see, but it's hard. You know, you can kind of see that.
Sorry.
The ash through the finish there.
Thanks, mate.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that's a nice job.
Right.
You take the pick next, Jack.
I'm going to pick this one here. That's right next to
the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, 50s Telly, another one of the modified guitars.
So this is basically the replacement for the Baja.
Okay. Yeah, in the blonde finish too.
So this is similar to that surf green one that we just had, but this is going to have an ash body.
Okay. Cool.
It's okay.
Beg your pardon. Unboxings are not the thing I'm slickest at.
Well, you know, for the poor people that are watching this live on Instagram, it'll be a bit more painful, but after Luke's edited it all together, it'll be fine.
Sorry.
I can watch it, the trimmed, revised version
Just fast forward
later.
Okay. Stuck.
Have you not done this before?
No, not for a long time, John.
Yeah, you're too up the ranks now.
There we go.
Give it. Beautiful. Got it. There we go.
Got that. So cool, grainy finish. Usually they were a bit more blocky, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, really interesting.
Really interesting.
Grainy finish.
That looks great. And it's the Bajas before were a bit more kind of yellowy colour. That looks more like 52 reissue type sort of colour, doesn't it?
So nice.
Good weight.
Satin back of the neck. Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because we've had a few ones. They were always really kind of inconsistent with the weights. So, you know, some that were super duper light, and then some absolute boat
some
anchors.
Real heavy ones. Yeah, that's good. They've all been consistent so far.
Yes, it's great. a good solid guitar. I mean, so that one is going out for just over 800 quid, 834. Yeah, so it's a bit of a jump up from a player series guitar, but with custom shop pickups. You've got the nice big frets on this one and the flatter radius as well. So it's a good modern playable guitar, but with the right look and kind of tone. I'm guessing it'll all be there, so we'll get them all plugged in a bit.
Yeah. Right.
You don't need that.
No,
that, mate. No. Right, here we go.
Okay, we'll mix up with a Strat. So this is one of the modified Strats.
Great.
Which
okay.
So
this is the first 50s one that we've had of a modified Strat. So these have got hotter 50s pickups. So they have a modern C neck profile, which is slightly different to what you would get on the non-modified version, the classic series. So the non-modified version has a more kind of traditional V-neck profile, whereas they've gone for a modern C profile on this one. 9.5 radius with a 2-point trem, like what we saw before on the 50s classic player. Plus it has an S1 switching and locking vintage tuners. So similar kind of thing to classic player 50s guitar, but I don't think they didn't have the S1 switching, I don't think, did they? But they had
the custom shop pickups, didn't they?
But it did have funny switching, I believe, on when you was in position 4. It was the two outside pickups rather than the neck in the middle.
I don't remember, to be quite honest, but that's very cool. I always loved this colour in the classic series, but sometimes before, I remember you'd get some tuning issues and stuff sometimes with some of the Strat bridges. So to have the 2-post, if you like the classic colours but want a bit more of a modern playing guitar.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing to tell you visually apart from the bridge. I think that's like kind of a bit more of a...
No, it just looks like a nice 50s style Strat.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the tuners. So these are, did you say they're locking vintage or?
It looks like they are.
Yeah, they are, yeah. Why has it got all those wines around there, Jack? Someone's been silly,
Someone's
haven't they?
just been safe, I think. Yeah, really nice neck. It's quite really flat at the sides.
Yeah.
So it kind of gives the illusion that it's a chunky neck.
Yeah, but it's like a neck profile from an American Pro, so pretty flat at the back as well.
Right.
Nice.
Nice big frets too.
Yeah. And around about the £800 mark as well.
Cool. Thank you.
Right, so we're getting there. That's a Squire. So definitely
50s
blue.
telly.
Yeah, we've done. Yeah, let's go into a bit of Jazzmaster action.
Yeah, okay. These are always interesting, the offset guitars, because you never quite know which angle they'll have taken.
And plus, you know, I don't really know in terms of tone, like myself, what really makes a great Jazzmaster or a Jaguar. I know if it plays well and you know, has a good tone acoustically, but you know, these are the sort of guitars. Do people prefer them to sound kind of
so this
a bit
is
more wirier than
this is
we
the
would
modified,
guess?
and I think it said on the spec sheet there that these are they fat 60s pickups or something like that. So
this is the Jazzmaster Mod series. So this one has hot 60s pickups.
Okay.
Again, it's got that modern C-neck profile, so it should be the same as that last Strat that we had out.
I think one of the common complaints with Jazzmasters and Jaguars especially is they're really bright.
And also the
pickups.
bridge. This has got an adjustomatic bridge, which is going to be like a tuner-matic type thing. There's a lot of time people want to change their bridges out for what is that bridge called? Line? Yeah, Mastery Bridge. Yeah. Which is a great bridge, but nearly as expensive as the price of the guitar.
The guitar. Okay.
Yeah, so it's got a more of a. We've got a broken string. Right, that's going back Fender.
Dad.
No, we can soon sort that out.
Dad.
So that's got more of a traditional tuner-matic style bridge on there, which is obviously going to help with the tuning stability, and also, you know, the neck angle as well. So a lot of the time on Jags and Jazzmasters, if you're really digging in and only playing 9s or 10s, you hit that low E and it can slide off, you know, kind of slide off the saddle there.
It's nice to see these again though, because I know they did the new American Performer series where they really disregarded the whole Jazzmaster trem, put a Strat trem on it, but that is such a great tremolo system when it's working properly. And you've got the rhythm circuit as well, so it's proper satin neck. That same kind
nice fretboard as well.
Same flat edges there, so that should be.
So the 60s Mod Jazzmaster, there's only 2 colours. They do free tone burst as shown there, and surf green. They're both on an older body.
Surf green's good.
So I wonder if that surf green will have a tortoiseshell pick guard.
We can dream.
Sure.
So another 50s telly?
Yeah, let's bust her out. I'm just going to, while I'm at it, I know I just had another invoice come through from Fender. Let me have a look and see what we've got arriving tomorrow as well from this range. Okay. Okay, so tomorrow we've also got a Vintera, 70s Telecustom. We've got to move on to we've got a Telecustom here as well in Fiesta Red, 70s Tele Thin Line Vintage Blonde, 70s Tele Thin Line Candy Apple Red, 70s Strat in Age Natural, Maple Neck, which would be nice, 70s Strat in Sienna Sunburst, South Barrow fingerboard, 50s Tele Fiesta Red, 60s Tele with a Bigsby, 3-tone burst.
Yeah, that's nice.
60s Tele modified in late plastic blue. 60s Strat modified Olympic white, which would be really nice to see because they never did the 60s classic player before in their Olympic white, which is my favourite Strat colour.
And 70s Tele as well, because they did the custom and the deluxe before, but no like standard version of the 70s Tele from what I remember. It's another one of those modified 50s Teles then.
Yeah, like that surf green. So these are the three colours then that we've got in all together.
And the blonde.
Yeah, so that again, that's an alder body.
Good weight.
Alder body on the surf green and Daphne blue and butterscotch on the ash.
Marvellous.
Excellent.
Thank you, sir.
So we've got, why don't we move on to this, Telecustom. So it's a vintage spec, 70s Telecustom.
Cool, so those are two more 50s?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it'd be a good idea. We'll get the next two out at the same time because they're both, one's the vintage series and one's the modified.
Yeah, sure.
So we'll get a closer eye on the main differences.
I always thought that these Telecustoms and Deluxes were really undervalued guitars. They're really versatile, and because they're just designed like every other Fender, they're really comfortable. It's not really any compromise with them.
And they still have a kind of Fender sound, don't they? It's not.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people plug these in and expect it to just have loads of power and be super muddy sounding.
Yeah. Well, are they still doing? Is it the wide range?
Yeah.
Style pickups. So eventually, when you get to see this guitar, we'll be able to determine what it is. Cool. I'll say that again.
That's all right.
So it looks very similar to what they did before.
It's just a guitar that people ask for all the time,
is
it? So, Keith special, Coldplay type sort of thing. All that.
Yeah, I mean that's versatility in itself, isn't it? Going from Keith to Coldplay.
Yeah.
So that should tell you everything about these guitars. Really cool. I look forward to
checking those out. Right, so we'll move on to the last two that have arrived today. So,
thank you.
Why don't you go with that one?
Okay.
Oh no, so it's not. It's a Tele. I thought we had another Strat. So this is a 50s Tele, Maple Neck 2-tone burst. You can bring that one out as well, Jack, at the same time. So obviously the versions that don't have the bigger frets and the hotter pickups and stuff are a little bit cheaper. It's about £100 more for the modified versions, but I think for a lot of people those few extra upgrades will be worth it. We've certainly ordered more of the modified versions because I just think more people want, the easier playability and don't necessarily always want it to be exactly vintage correct. When we certainly look at our custom shop Fender sales, it's all about, guitars with 9.5 radius and medium jumbo frets and stuff.
Aesthetically as well, it's not like you're leaping from one extreme to another.
It still looks right, doesn't it?
It still looks, Well, I know they're different guitars, but we should be able to compare here what the differences are visually.
Immediately you can see the glossier neck of the traditional version. But again, they're just using some really nice woods on those. Bit of grain there. So yeah, so you can immediately see if you're coming in the shop to check any of these out and you're a little bit unsure or confused about which model is which, you can tell straight away because the modified versions have got the satin finish on the back of the neck.
Yeah, and on the Strats we've got the 2-post as well, and the switch. That's kind of the giveaway.
But from afar, looking at it, it kind of just looks
you
like
wouldn't know. I love that. That looks amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. Again, really, really good weight. A lot of the time, the American guitars are always pretty consistent.
Yeah.
Kind of with how much they weigh, but some of the Mexican guitars in the past have been, you know, super light or really, really heavy. Some of them, but it's nice to see that these ones are kind of a little bit more in the middle, very, very consistent. So.
This one's been strung out properly too.
Oh yeah, we'll
with the locking tuners.
So there you go. So there's loads of different guitars in this range that we can't cover because not everything has come in yet. But we've got loads of different models on order. So what I'll do is I'll give you a quick rundown of all the different models that are there. So they're doing on the basses. Let's not forget the bass players. They're doing a 50s P bass, a 60s jazz bass, a 70s jazz bass, and then a 60s Mustang bass. They're doing all of those models have got 7.25 radius, so they're going for the more vintage type kind of thing on all the basses there. Then, so with the Strats, just a quick rundown, we've got the 50s Strat, the 60s Strat, 70s Strat, and then you've got the 50s mod and the 60s mod. I think we've I won't bore you any longer with any of those specs. The main differences are the frets and the radius sizes, and also the modifieds have got larger hotter pickups, larger pickups, what am I going on about? Right, and then Telecasters. So the Telecasters is probably the biggest range because we have 50s Tele, 60s Bigsby Telecaster, which we've got coming in tomorrow, and then we've got the 50s Mod Telecaster and the 60s Mod Telecaster. Again, same thing with the Strats. The mods are the ones with the bigger frets. And then we also have a larger extended range for the kind of the 70s and the late 60s style Tele. So we have 70s Telecaster Deluxe, which is 2 humbuckers, the Tele Custom, which is 1 humbucker in the neck and a single coil in the bridge, and then the 70s Tele Thin Line, which is the 2 humbuckers in the F-hole.
That's cool to see. I don't remember, did they do a Thin Line Classic?
They did, yeah, but they're doing these in Vintage Blonde, Candy Apple Red and Aged Natural. So it was definitely, they did it as an Aged Natural, and I think maybe there might have been a burst finish. And then finishing it off with the Jazzmasters and the other offsets. So you've got a 60s Jazzmaster, a 60s Jaguar, a 60s Mustang, and then you've got the 2 mods from that range, the 60s mod Jazzmaster and the 60s mod Jaguar as well. So lots to choose from. It's a good way of Fender getting loads more money out of us as well, because we've got to buy loads more stock. But hopefully,
but more importantly,
the customers will return the favour.
Yeah, if you've been looking to fill a gap in your collection for a particular style of guitar, that's a great way to do it authentically as well.
Yeah, authentic.
Yeah.
So I think the thing is, a lot of our customers will have nice Strats, Les Pauls, Teles, but they want to get something like a Jazzmaster or even a Mustang, something like that, because they want to have something a little bit different, but don't necessarily even want to go up to kind of the American original series of guitars. So these are good options for those customers as well. So.
Absolutely, yeah. So the full extent of the stock will be on the site soon.
Yeah, and there's loads more coming tomorrow. We won't do another unboxing video tomorrow, but we'll get videos recorded for all of these different guitars, and you can check them out and kind of let us know what you think to them all. If you've got any questions, I know we've blinded you with loads of specs. I mean, it's a hard range for us to kind of keep up with. So apologies if we've kind of fried your brain with too much rambling on and too many specs and stuff. But it's
simple enough, isn't it? It's just a few families of guitars that everyone knows and everyone loves.
Yeah, but we'll get them all plugged in and we'll get them sounding good, and we'll take it from there.
Great. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.